do it. That's what I'm talking about. Hold on, I'm going to press the button. No, that's not the right button. Don't listen yet. Don't listen until I have it right. Okay, here we go. Now listen. Reseller news now with Primo, Kimo, and the lady, Spam Banshee. She's tiny. News is big. Lady's tiny. Hooray! Hooray for things. Right? I didn't check to make sure everything works. Oh, my adding machine works. Oop, I can hang up on people. Everything's great. Cool. We did it. All right, everybody. See you next week. All right. No, we're not going to do that. We're actually going to talk for a little while because we're excited because we made money on eBay. For the past week, I didn't get stuff up to show today, so I mean I could clumsily. I'll just read it to you. You can trust me, right? I've been looking at traffic a lot. Well, it didn't matter because my wallet felt the money coming in, so I didn't have to look at any numbers or anything. I just because the money. But what we did notice is that the impressions are crazy. Like they're kind of weird, like a little bit going up. The page views are kind of not steady at all. And really they seem disconnected from the sales we had. So I don't really know what to say about that, except for we follow the page views and the impressions because we're looking for trends and patterns. But honestly, they don't necessarily follow the sales at all. And in this particular case, we had like imagine our sales bar graph, and basically you've got a bunch of rock and roll devil's horns. So you got one day, and then you got 2 days with almost nothing, and then you got one big day, and then 2 days with almost nothing, and going all the way across. It was like that until the 18th of February. That's when it happened. The 18th of February, everything is just sort of like, we're almost hitting our sales goal is 250 a day now. It used to be 500. And like, that's why we say they've halved our sales, because we no longer, it's very odd to approach a $500 day or over, but you can do it, but it just has to be high value items. But in general, we're selling these low value items. Now we're starting to get sort of bouncing off at 250 again. It's happened for like 7 days in a row. As of today, right now, 0 sales. So, I got to come out and be positive about something every once in a while. Am I right? So, we paid our bills this week. So that's what's great about making money, is then you can pay your bills. So this week, check mark, green. What else did we notice? We noticed that this last week, a lot of people. So I want to shout out to Hustle and Grow. I had just a little chat back and forth conversation with him, and I like his channel, and I think he's got a really good head on his shoulders for reselling. But it did bring up to me, and as I was telling him how it's just so difficult, and he basically in the end was like, I don't even know how to, sort of his last video, you should go check it out. I don't know. I wouldn't know even how to offer you suggestions. And that's because I sell collectibles. Nothing has a barcode. Very few things have barcodes. Everything is vintage. Everything is comic books and toys. And so those of us who do sell these type of items are in a very particular, we're not in the same crappy eBay experience that most people are, that can pull themselves out through switching platforms like Amazon and Walmart, which if you can do that, I think it's pretty smart to sort of make those, at least part of your business, make a pivot, which we're not doing because we're not smart. So we're just going to sit here selling the same crap, and hopefully it will break through. And this weekend it did. So we know, interestingly, it's more proof to the, that it's more or less you don't want me to say switch, but it's more or less a switch. It's more or less they decide if I can have sales or not. The one thing that we did do, however, and it's the thing that we've said we were going to do, and then we really just took a while to do it. We just started listing. They're still one-offs. They're not like they're high sell-through rate. You can't call them a high sell-through rate item. Our mid-century modern yard lamps, I don't know if that has a high sell-through rate. I think mid-century modern stuff in general, MCM, has a higher sell-through rate than colonial. But, I don't know if you can just say mid-century modern lamps have a high sell-through rate. Because it depends on how much you charge for them, I suppose. Because the expensive ones, you're not going to necessarily sell fast. So, bottom line is we put them up, and we are also filming video, sort of what we're finally getting into. We decided we wanted to stay on YouTube. So we're actually going to do some recorded videos, and we were working on one this weekend. And what did I learn from that, sweetie? Do you remember? I learned something. I remember I learned something. I was like, aha! What was it? Yeah, we did. We learned some things that weren't important, but Major win! Aloha! Thank you. Appreciate that. We almost missed him. His little light went off the top. Like I almost missed his talk. He gets talking time. If you do a super chat, it puts like a little, I don't know, like a countdown. So like that's your time. You own that time. And I almost didn't recognize you in that time. I apologize. But I'm glad you made it through a week. In fact, look at all you people here. Thank you for coming. Paul Rose, Biv Baffa, Dendecor Depot, aloha. Ladybug, aloha. Callie Debs, aloha, Callie Debs. Patricia's here. Major win, of course. Good Karma Antiques. And a little lady known as Spam Banshee is in the chat over here. And anybody else didn't want to? Oh, Corn. Okay, I'm going to say it right. Corn Husker Picker. So, okay, well, let me just, I'll stop blabbing for a second. Let me look and see what the people say. I'd like to see, maybe you said, I also had great sales. Let's dance together in the meadow of great sales. Dendecor, Patricia says hello. Good Karma says hello. Biff Baffa, average week, which is good, actually. You know what I'm saying, Biff? We had an average week. So we've had crap weeks. So we had, hooray! Average week. Who's got 2 thumbs in his average? This guy right here. So we had an average week of just a solid average week. It was pretty spectacular, actually. And I'm not looking for too much, actually. Dendecor, well, Etsy is doing a bunch of shady stuff now with new accounts. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good for us because we're in the middle of doing that. What do you think they're doing? Tell me. I need to know.
I already asked. Look down.
Okay. Well, let me get through these. Had an average week. Good Karma says, howdy, Patricia. Hello, lady. Hello, Primo. Dendecor, Galaxy CD Rocks and Flips covered a bunch of it. Galaxy CD Rocks and Flips covered a bunch of it. Is that a YouTube channel? Galaxy CD Rocks and Flips? Don't know exactly. Paul says, picked up a very slightly here, still mainly ultra low balls. Just got one now for $5 on a $20 item. You slap back, right? You slap back with a 15 or whatever your number is, right? I mean, just right away, get back to him because I have people just fishing, but they want the item. So when I come back at my real item, they're like, that's been happening. I got to say, actually, yeah, that has been happening. It's happened a couple times in the past few weeks. It's also happened that I've gotten low balls that haven't come back. But it is interesting when you get a low ball, you come back with your super, not even ultra reasonable offer, but you're like, first stop. Mine's 20%. So everything we sell, I price at 100% or 105%. granted, if it's in really good condition, of the prices I'm seeing, the current sales prices. So I'm going above. That's going to put me at the top of the list on things that are in good condition. So if collectors are finding I go to the top of the list, that's a good thing. If you're looking for a deal, I'm not your deal guy. However, my first offer is always 20% off. So if you ask me for an offer, I will give you 20% off of anything, pretty much. Unless I smell something fishy, then you're only going to get 19%. How dare you? How dare
you?
Well, let's see where else we got. I've noticed that when I end and sell similar, Major Win says, hey, aloha, everybody. Aloha to you. And thank you again for the super chat. I've noticed when I end and sell similar, the AI is catching my mistakes. Seems to be getting better. Ooh, like what? What's the mistake? So that's another question we have, and then we'll check it out. We're on a personal goal to get Darth Thrifter to 500 subs. Haha. What's everybody else to? Isn't he up to 500 yet? I thought he was. I've noticed, I've been looking at, you guys, if you ever wonder, if you ever have a curiosity about a YouTuber and you're wondering both good things or bad things, I mean, you could investigate anything. Check out Social Blade and you can look and see, check out the graphs and check out the numbers. It'll show you how many subscribers they get per week and how many views they get per week. And if you ever have a suspicion that someone's like buying views, go check it out. You'd be surprised how many well-known, not us. You can't find that with us, but go check it out. But some well-known YouTubers in the eBay field, you'll see some interesting negative numbers in there. And sometimes you can't, because they only give you 2 weeks of data unless you pay for it, but there are charts. And if you ever see negative views or negative subscribers, they bought them, and they didn't buy them the YouTube approved way, because there are ways. YouTube has its own promotion. So just if you ever have just check it out if you want to. No big deal. But that just reminded me, because you said we're on a mission to get Darth Thrifter to 500. So where is he right now?
479.
Okay, everybody in the chat, can you please go over to Darth Thrifters? If you don't like him, don't do that. Don't do it against your own good judgment. But I think you will like him. I think he's putting out some silly, fun little videos about things, and it's just fun. So go check him out. The Darth Thrifter, is it? Should we know where we're sending people? Just Darth Thrifter. Maybe we can get him, because if you can get just 21 people over there, he'll bust 500. So maybe do that if you want to. Let me see what has happening here. Okay, there's the blue line. So now I can see in the chat where Major Wins, beautiful, positive about something super chat. That's like now my marker. So now I know that's where I'm at. You see how great I am? Do tell the shady business, Spam asked. That Biff says, I will say my 30-day percentage has been staying green since September. Your absolute worst month. Mine has been falling since December. We've been in the red, still in the red with this good weekend, actually. Interesting. I could probably don't care if it's red or green. It's just the only thing that matters is my wallet currently, and how we get more sales through listing higher priced items. I mean, it is working. So I think that's all we have to do if we don't want to be poor. Den Decor Depot says, Spam, they are looking to institute a $15 sign. Wait, weren't they just giving us $15 before the Super Bowl? Now they want $15 sign-on fee. They want you to send a selfie to a third-party processor as part of your onboarding process. It's really bizarre. Okay, so the $15 is to pay for that onboarding to that third-party processor. I'm guessing that would make sense to me. Why do they need a third-party processor? Don't know. Why do they need a selfie? Don't know. But one of the things about the enshittification and the general, because we're kind of in late-stage capitalism here, where everybody's just grabbing for the pile of money. It doesn't, people's feelings are definitely not being taken into account. People's livelihoods and everything are not being taken into account, and people are just grabbing for the pile. And I don't specifically know, how to solve these problems, but I'm guessing if you have to send a selfie to a third-party processor, they may be trying to get a handle on if you're a human or a bot, and if you're really yourself. This is one of the biggest problems with the internet, is also its main thing, which is anonymity. If you are Primo Kimo, I tell you my name is James. I mean, I'm okay with that. That's fine. It's the anonymity is more for fun, but a whole bunch of people don't use it for fun. They use it to sit behind their anonymity and make trouble for people. So if you were to take some big sweeping sort of, I don't know, move to create a better, more safe internet, you would have to verify who everybody is on some level. But that also gives just too much information and third party. What's that mean? It's like, who's the third party? Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something very nefarious sounding, like, mobsterfaces.com. I mean, I don't even know. But the third party then has all this info. I don't know. Like, I don't want to. There's too much info. Everybody's got the info. I have been selling record number of books. Good karma. Yes, books. Books are, they're flying out. Now we have been lowering the prices. Some people questioned my methodology on this, so it's very much just in my head. It's in my human algorithm. So I lower the prices by 1% every day, but then I raise prices sporadically in categories, by groups, however I want to do it, to raise the prices back up. Because I know once I've done, I've end and sell similar every single day, lower the price by 1% every day for 30 days. Now I'm down somewhere, I think it was around 28% on the items. I got to, jack them back up because I know they're not that far out of whack. And then there is a age-old storekeeper's trick. Lowering prices makes sales, but so does raising prices. So you got to do both, and you got to just kind of keep the movement going and add in not just any old items, but some higher priced items that were apparently we chose the right items from our pile this week. I can show you some of them. In fact, check this out. This is what sold. I don't think I can. Can I get over? I have to. I'm not going to show you my eBay page today because I didn't set up ahead of time. And if maybe hold on. Let me see if I can. Go to the listings. Go to the ended listings. Go to the sold listings, right? No, that's active. I want to go to ended. Okay, and I will try to get those over here just so you can see some fun stuff I sold this week, which I thought was pretty nice. Search. Okay, now let me see if this works. What's the over-under on me getting this right the first time? If we're gambling, might as well just totally gamble. Something's bad. Something just bad happened. You see how this got all tight? Okay, I got it. Never mind. Everything's fine. We are going to go small. It didn't work. Okay, I can't do it right now. I don't want to bore you for too long. Anyway, we had so one thing we sold. This sold for $150 plus $12.50 shipping. This is just a big outdoor lamp, and so I got this maybe, I don't know, 15 years ago, and it had a glass cylinder in the center, and it lasted forever until maybe my wife broke it on accident, because she did. The white cylinder inside was cut to the top of this arc right here. So you can never replace that item, but somebody called on the eBay. Somebody eBayed me and asked what the circumference was of the jar of the you can call that a shade on the inside. a glass shade, white glass, and they bought it. So $1.50, which was, that's what I wanted for that. But I also thought maybe it wouldn't go for quite that much being broken. But this is the fracking the horde. So this is one of the items that we just have in this giant pile because there was something wrong with it, or it was broken, or, something. That's the horde fracking. Okay, wait, where's my list? Okay, my kids. Oh, Benny's here and Steve. Sorry, I did not see you guys. Oh, you just came in. Oh, yeah. Benny, haven't seen you for a while. Welcome. Signal Fixer here, too. J-Ride Griffs. You can massage your bits. You can massage your customers. But most importantly, you must massage my ego. I mean, your ego, of course. Welcome, J-Ride Griffs. I wonder who that is. I don't think it's J-Ride. Let's see who else is here. Carla Olson. Aloha. 6x6. Slapping is so violent. What did I slap? Oh, was I slapping the horde? No, I was fracking it. I'm fracking the horde. Let's see who else is here. I just want to say hello to everybody. Oh, there's I think I saw Gina and Jen. JRKR, aloha, welcome. Outdoor Worlds. And Amy Nesbitt. Welcome, everybody. And Sky's the Limit. Sorry, missed you. Still the best live stream on Mondays, but we haven't heard any cool sound effects over the last 7 minutes. Oh, I think I made up for that. I'm guessing I made up for that a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to try to get through here and just see. Always counter Den Decor. Items seem to sell at full price within a week if you don't take the offer. Often. I vote for including...
How dare you?
That J-Ride Griffs asked for that. I've already got that. So how dare you is something I say all the time. So the other one is...
I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
And I would like to offer that to Heyfro Cells, who is putting out his video at 1:30 today, right in the middle of our show. I'm pretty sure he has a hard time with the times between the East and the West Coast. So I'm sure it wasn't on purpose, but I will hold that against him forever. On my slide rule graph paper chart of entries of holding things against people. So J-Ride Griffs, you've got your wish in 1 second. Let's see. Major Win says, we'll see what kind of magic March produces. I'm guessing it will be like a Disney witch, start out nice and then feed us poison apples, or just eat us. They'll just fully just consume our entire selves. Although we really did have this like a little bit of a felt pretty good this weekend, and we're not gonna feel. We're already at 0 today, so I mean we're already at 0 today. So perfume with priority mail instead of ground. They'll never catch them. I must have missed something about sending perfume. Oh, because you're probably not supposed to send it. Are you not supposed to send perfume? I don't know that.
No.
We sold.
If it's open, you're not allowed to.
Well, is it you're not allowed to sell it or you're not allowed to ship it?
Well, probably both, right?
Because we did it once, right? We did it. We had two. I think was it my aunt's? Can't remember what was it? Do you remember? There was like definitely a Chanel number 5, maybe a Chanel number something different too. No, it wasn't. It was an open bottle. I can't remember. But anyway, we did do that. And I think we knew that we were kind of taking a risk doing it on eBay, but we sold it. And we made a lot, I think, at like $60 or something, which felt good.
I think you have to say, like, bottle only or something.
Oh, it's one of those things. Well, yes. I mean, I guess, yeah, right? And then, because like a beer, some beer can collectors want the old beer in it, and most people don't. But you're definitely not supposed to ship that. So you just sell it as an empty can. There's a lot of things like that. What else do we sell as it's kind of like we're selling the thing, but not really the thing. Shh, don't tell anybody. Cassette tapes.
Oh, yeah.
blank tapes but have previously been pre-recorded with some music on it, you don't sell the music, obviously. I mean, that makes sense because it's technically counterfeit or whatever. And maybe the music companies can actually do something about that. But you just sell the tapes, happens to come with the music on it. But make sure you actually show a picture of the bands and the music that's on it in one of your deeper pictures so people know what they're not buying. There's quite a few things actually on eBay that you have to play those games with, and I think we gave that up pretty much because, especially after the Virgin Killers thing, that's just like I don't need any problems. Callie Debs just subscribed to Darth Thrifter. Oh, and Roman's here too. Aloha, Roman. Welcome. And thank you for the compliment about the hat. I actually recently I have an older one that is, I tried to keep it really nice. This is like the on-air hat. And then I have the one that goes out of the house hat that has a little more defect on it. So I put a lot into my appearance on the show. Look at this. I'm doing my best blue steel. That was kind of like a side steel. You kind of pop the eyes out. Yeah, like that. I feel like I really look like Pokey more than blue steel. Let's see. Sky's Limit also complimenting my hat. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I mean, I did get locked into the Montreal hat there with the corduroy because it's just it's like probably the best hat on earth. And then we took a whole bunch of pictures. So all the pictures on the thumbnails, we just took those all on one day with that hat on. So that's why they're always just going to have that hat on. I really like that hat, though. The Montreal hat's the best one. But C3PO, thank you very much. Do appreciate it. I am prepared to come to the dark side if there are sales there, Paul Rose says. Yeah, so we can go anywhere that they have the sales. I agree with you. Major Win says, my wife has seen many of James's videos, yet she still walks around saying, "It is I, James." Oh, man, I really messed up.
It is I, James. What's going on, fellow humans and resellers?
And you know who we don't? Where's our friend? I wonder if he went back if he's already back at work. If he's in the chocolate factory, where is he? Biff Poffo, I got $10 offer on $40 yesterday. Finally ended up taking 22. I make a lot of prices up anyway, so lowball offers are an icebreaker. That's kind of how we do it too. So like I was kind of just thinking of like different things to show off during the lives because you can just talk about, and I don't want to be fully I don't think reselling is doomed, and I don't think any of us are doomed. I do think those of us selling collectibles are having a much harder time than people who are able to easily pivot to skewed items. Flipping ain't easy, John, because he keeps a nice small store. A lot of people do that. So, but when you're selling things like, so I got about, 30 of these little boxes. These are job boxes for a DJ, and they hold 100 records. And so this is one that we still have not gotten into. A lot of them we put up and sold. These were all by the DJ Chip Hobart. Look, there's his stamp on there. It says C. Hobart. That's proof. And he was a WAPP. WAAP? WAPP. It's WAP, but is it WAPP or WAAP? I forget. But it's New York City. And he was credited with first playing, what is it? PP? WAPP. There's so many jokes in that one, those four letters. So he was the first person to play Runaway by Bon Jovi. So that was sort of his claim to fame for his whole life. And DJs move from station to station all the time. Anyway, he retired in Vermont and passed away, and I purchased all of his stuff. These are these were purchased roughly 50 cents a piece. And I'm looking, I sold hundreds of dollars for Elvis ones. $20 is pretty much what we get. That's what we want to get out of everything. And we are beating that so far. There's not much more to list, so I'm sure we're going to beat it when it's all said and done. I don't know, Playgirl by the Prophets. I don't even know who that is, but I'm guessing this is going to be some late 60s one-hit wonder stuff that we haven't heard of that is really good and people like and remember. Go Away, Little Girl by The Happenings. The Happenings is like a LSD kind of party from the 60s, right? So I haven't looked at, oh, wait. Sorry. Actually, there's a list right here of all the songs. I could easily just look at them that way. Righteous Brothers, New Colony 6, The Smiths from the 60s. Now I Taste the Tears. The Smiths from the 60s. Didn't even know. Anyway, thought I would show that off because it was right here. And that's what I did. This little heater is on. Did you know that? I'm going to turn that off so the noise will go away. It's like a little fireplace heater. It brings the, what's a good word to use? Panache? It's not panache. Ambiance. I'm panache. I'm the panache. What's panache? Is that chocolate? That thick chocolate that goes around? Anyway, back to the story. Yeah, so we sell, that's the kind of stuff that we sell. And there's not a barcode to be found on there. So as long as these people are still alive that listen to this music, we can sell our stuff. That's how I look at it. As long as they don't try to write me a check, because I don't take checks. That's my one rule of reselling. It's literally my one rule of reselling. I just don't take checks. Darth Thrifter. Is Darth Thrifter here? Is he here? I don't know. Darth Thrifter, I'm prepared. Oh, wait, I already read that. I'm so sorry. My boring. Wait, James is here. Major win. Nice. Sorry.
It is I, James.
I was watching your video earlier today, James, and it was like sort of on the same. There's been quite a couple of videos in the past week that are sort of on the same trip, and that trip is, what are we, is this all going to work out? And I really do think it is. And one of my the big things I came up this weekend, I think it was right after we had the wine on Friday. I was like, what if we had, no, it was actually your idea. It wasn't mine. It was a good idea too. So let's say that we're selling our collectibles and we're sitting here and we're going, dang, they ain't selling right. And then we watch somebody like J Ride Flips and we're like, holy cow, he's doing so great. Let's just say he's making sales. I mean, I'm not making any, casting anything here. Just saying it appears that he is doing well and making sales while I'm not. So what if you go in to your store and you make a category called J Ride's Picks, Top Picks? Go to the thrift store, buy the things that he's suggesting you buy, put them in that category, see what happens. I mean, it can't hurt, can it? And those high sell-through rate items are high sell-through rate items, probably, maybe. I didn't really look. I did look on Social Blade, though, for stuff. Aloha, everybody. Aloha, Pokey, because he deserves it. And look, Pokes, there's a little penguin right there from Outdoor Worlds. I got so Patricia got a $225 offer on $329, counter declined. Yeah, I mean, depending on what it is, $225 is, for me, what would that be? Like, so if you're at $329, 20%, 60. Let's see. Okay, so $329. So let's see, for each 100, it's $20, and you're at 300. So 20 off is $60 off, and $60 off would take you down to Chinatown and approximately $260. No, $370. $270. That's my final answer. Thank you. Yeah, that's still not quite right. So yeah, I probably wouldn't have taken that either, I'm sure, because that would be more than 20%. Did they want a driver's license? Oh, is that what they wanted? A driver's license? Well, it was reported as a selfie, but if it is a driver's license image, that's a thing they do. All the platforms are doing that. All the big platforms are doing that. All the kids. Let me see here. Yeah, haven't been. Patricia says she hasn't been following the Etsy stuff, so it hasn't made it to her ears. I'm wondering what's going on. Benny says, Biff, that shows how I do price my items double what I really want. So if I want 50, I price it at 100 with best offer set to automatically decline at $49.99, automatically accept offers over 50. Yeah, Benny. I mean, that's true. I mean, I do wonder, because if you see, you're dealing psychology here with people. And so some people see a price and they're like, they get turned off by too high of a price. That can happen. I mean, I guess I do that too. Like if I'm selling something, I'm pricing something out on eBay and I see my price it's $100, right? J-Ride's selling it for $80 because it's a $20 undercut. That's a great way to make sales. But I'm putting it at 100 because I want that 20% to send to the people. But often I'll see like 300 and even higher online where it's nowhere close to real. And then I wonder if those people ever get sales. I'm not saying that you're there, Benny, because you wouldn't be at the highest price. And I just don't know if those are the people we talk about need to check their prices to see, 3 years ago, they might've been that high and now they're not anymore. So I feel like I said some words on that topic there. So I'll move on. Wait, Dendicor Deep, Major Win says, we're Doug at Row. Don't even think we shared that yet. We're Doug at Row. Doug at Row. Please clarify, Major Win, because I want to offer that. Is that YouTube or is that, what is that? And make me understand a little better so I can tell people about you. Patricia, it all popped at the end of last week. That's Dendicor. Now I got to go back up here. I hate doing this part. I'm so bad at it. Okay, that comment is canceled because I can't find the beginning of it. Oh, now it just popped. Okay, see. Okay, Major Win had to leave. Didn't even know that yet. Holy cow. Dude, this just jumped a lot. Okay, now I'm really going to try to catch up. Okay, Benny Stratton, 0.5. Benny Stratton. So after 12 months, I've lowered the price by 6%, and then January of the new year, I just raise it 6%. Yeah, it's kind of like what I do, Benny. I just do it every day. Drop it by 1%, just because I'm really trying to see what starts the flow. And obviously, a low price is going to eventually start the flow, or items are just not being seen, and it doesn't matter how low you go. And then we have, the other problem. Let's see. Chimney. Patricia, I love when people are talking and I have no idea what it means. Chimney or diffuser. Okay, we already read that part. And I read that part. Yes, I did. Okay. I'm up and down plan one day, bad, the next is good. Jen, so that's what I was sort of explaining, that my bar chart looks like this. So I didn't have it set up, so I don't know. I can't do it. I get too confused. So my bar chart looks like this. So 1 day, 2 days down, so 1 day's up, whatever price that might be, say $200. The next 2 days are down like $30. The fourth day back up at $200, then down for 2 days, then up for a day, then down for 2 days. It was doing that all the way since the end of January. And then this weekend, everything just went up. So our devil horns are just like 4 fingers. That's what happened. We had 4 fingers of sales this weekend, and that made us feel good. Let's see. Hey, Fro, really tone deaf on that move. Yeah, Biff. I know it's because he will say, I'm sure he will say immediately that it was because he just didn't calculate the cross-continental time difference properly. 24 okay, wait. So let's see. 27.5 hours to eBay Q4 earnings call. Anyone hosting a I mean, if nobody else does who could be more explanatory, maybe we will. We could do that. Right, sweetie?
What?
We could be around. We could be on for the call tomorrow for the YouTube thing. Unless somebody better at it comes on and does a live, which would be cool. I don't like deep dives into data. I just don't like it. I like to hear people explain it to me, you know, like I'm in kindergarten. And I do understand how the market works. I understand I understand everything about it. I just don't like the data because you really have to know what you're looking at. And I don't like not knowing. So then I just let somebody else do it. All right, Major Win, see you. You already left. We know that, right? But thank you again for always coming and being cool. And super chats, am I right? Good Karma says perfume cannot ship because it is basically gasoline with a good smell. Benny Stratton, my question is eBay going to use as excuses for their shareholders and shareholders going to buy their BS? Well, I've been disappointed two quarterly reports now because I was pretty sure third quarter last year they were going to be like, yeah, things are looking a little gross. I'm sorry, second quarter last year, things are looking kind of gross, and they came back by saying 80% of people love promoted listings and they've made a boatload of cash on it. So Q3, so then that was the next time I thought, oh, we're going to notice something. So they said Q4 is going to be soft. So they kind of like already gave they said it's going to be the economy and stuff when it's probably, I don't know how to judge the numbers at all, but if there's this many people in this room talking about eBay and it's, it's jankiness, there's a lot more people out there that recognize the jankiness. So whether or not we see any recognition of that or any plans to deal with that, I am planning on being disappointed tomorrow. That's what I'm saying. Let's see. Wait. Kent, that's what I have. I have that already. I mean, I don't. I have her because I like her. I think she was, a nice little girl, but she has a bit of a bratty nature, but I respect her.
How
for sure.
dare you?
Oh yes, we do need the blah blah blah. Why don't I have the blah blah blah? Crying out loud. Why don't I have crying out loud from somebody? Can you write these things down? Greta, blah, 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 and for crying out loud? I'll do it. Are you doing it? Okay, thanks. I don't have to waste the ink on my precious Bic. Okay, so... okay. How many quarters will Jamie get as leader if the downward spirals continue? Jack, welcome. I don't think yeah. Jack, you're here. Are you actually on the show or are you just in the chat this time? Last week you forgot to come into the show. Hopefully you're hearing my words right now. Yes, I think he gets 2.5 years. I think they get 10 quarters. What do you think? I'm thinking 10 quarters. For some reason, 2.5, unless they pull some just, major. I think they give he's been there longer than, I'm saying from when you start to see some trouble, you get 2.5 years to right the ship. Don't know why I'm saying that. I just like it. I'm feeling 2.5 years, 10 quarters. He's got 3 so far. I wonder how many he's got right now. I didn't start looking until Q2, right? So I don't even know what it was like before that. Maybe 10's too much. 10 seems like too much now. I don't want him to be there for 10. I don't want him to be there sucking for 10. Like, I don't know how many years he was there to sort of change the change the growth pattern and do all his little things. How long he said it would take to get his little things to work. but I don't know. For some reason, 3 years, 2.5 years just seems like an accurate time to give us. I don't think you're going to turn it back on a prize CEO, which he was at the beginning, sooner than 3 years. That's just, I just pulled that out of my butt. I have no idea. Ew, gross. I said that. I didn't mean to say that. Can we rewind that? Because I hate it when people say that. Because who else knows what's up there, you know? In your butt. Because we need all 4 quarters to get yearly totals, yeah. Well, that's for sure. That's why I think it's probably got to be even, right? You got to have, 3 years would seem like a kind of a realistic thing. Josh Fagan, aloha, Josh, welcome. Jerome, Josh Fagan says, anyone else here? Jerome Powell announced that the Fed won't be cutting interest rates till used massager sales drop, because they are the guiding light on our economy right now. Those and broken digital cameras. But, again, I know I like to poke fun, but I honestly think that there's, we are part of this community. I support all resellers. Some of us are going to misbehave from time to time. Maybe we get a little spank or something, but, in general, we're all in the same boat. I do want to support, people. I think that, I think most people in our area of YouTubery are trying to help, especially, some people are trying to help by saying it's, are giving unrealistic expectations, but I don't know. I don't think too many people come into this niche going, that's the killer niche where I'm going to make my YouTube career, but I could be wrong. So, but I do believe most people are here to try to help, try to discuss, try to come up with some solutions, if possible. Although some people just kind of tell you what to do, and then that's where, again, I know I have, I can come across arrogant sometimes, and I see other people sometimes come across arrogant. I'm sure that's not the intention. Maybe it comes from some confidence, maybe it comes from some knowledge, maybe it doesn't too. But I certainly want to give everybody a chance in our niche here, and support them if possible. Including myself. Thank you. I'm great. Ow! Sweetie, can you get the splint? I sprained my arm patting myself on the back again. Ouch. Can you please laugh at my hysterical comedy? Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm trying to... Yes.
Just stay where you are.
Okay, I'm not going to move.
But Jack is just curious of what makes her a brat, that she's concerned about the future. He's just curious.
Oh, I'll answer. I'm saying from not her intent, her sound. Her sound sounds shrill, and I think that's what maybe.
Can you just open your mouth and put your foot in it?
Why? That would be the wrong thing to do. I'm just telling you where I come from. I think I think she's awesome. But does she come off? Does she have like sort of a sound to her that could shrill your ears out? Yeah, that's okay. I mean, I can hold the two thoughts in my head at the same time. That's all I'm saying. But I do no. I really think she's she was 16 anyway. I think she's a great sound effect, is what I'm saying. And she says,
"How dare you!"
So, I think that little sound bite says a lot, and it's very appropriate in certain cases. So there. Dude, thanks, cool. I listened to all the demo takes of the Runaway yesterday. Did you really? James did. That's awesome.
It is I, James.
Yeah, there were quite a few, and nobody. I sold a couple of the Runaway 45s. I can't believe those would have been the actual one he sold, but I didn't think of it until after I had actually sold them. Could this actually be the one? Because it did say played at a certain time on a certain date, but there was more than one that said that. So I didn't know exactly what, so I didn't sell it as that. I just sold it. I sold it for a lot though, like $40 or something for a 45. And they're often, a lot of these 45s are what they call, so there's demos. Demos are often worth a little more money, but sometimes aren't. Promos, also worth a little more sometimes, but sometimes not. And DJ promos, which are the same song on both sides often. And I have been able to get more money for the promos and DJ promos because most people are buying 45s. Some people are collecting them, but most people are buying them for jukeboxes. So it's best to have two songs on each side. But I'd imagine the person who's buying a DJ promo that has the same song on both sides may be purchasing it because it's this particular DJ, or because I don't know why. I just thought that these would be worth more, and they have turned out to be that way. Jack says, I buy collections from those radio station sleeves. They can sell. Wait, I buy collections for those radio station sleeves? You're saying the green ones. The green ones. Yes, these thick craft paper type stuff. Yes. These are radios. Yes, these are the ones that they would put them in. I guess they're more protective. They add more protection. Wait, Kent is having a conversation about the climate and Greta. I'm totally staying out of that. See, now that's where I will not put, I'm not going to say anything about that. But
how dare you?
I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
So you guys can continue that. I'm not going in there. I'm from California originally. So did I hug a tree in my life? Have I hugged trees? I have literally hugged trees. Methuselah, look up Methuselah. Half of her fell down. I think part of her burned in the past 20 years. But I think 20 kids arm to arm to get around her. So yeah, I've hugged trees. So if you're asking if I've hugged trees, yes. And I'm not saying anything else. Ganache is the chocolate, right? Is the chocolat. Playgirl, everybody knows your name. Is that the song? You know the song. I can't remember it. I usually, I go over to me. I've still got over on our, who will appreciate this? We have a bronze table. It's a bronze and glass mid-century table. We've never been to identify it by maker, but it most likely Milo Baughman. It's a very high-end piece, but we've never found an exact one. It's bronze. It's made out of bronze. I mean, it. Down in Woodstock, Vermont, Spam, who is supposed to be working, not supposed to be partaking in this show, suggested I tell you the little story about where we got that, and we bought a whole bunch of stuff from a ex-military guy who invented American Express. He literally, I can't remember the story here. So in the late 60s, early 70s. Yes, but I think it was American Express. They were making American Express as a sort of copy of something else. And so he brought it to America, to the US, but I know it was an American company, so I don't remember all the really good facts that would make it be a cool business story. However, he brought it to America, and he's rich, and he had a huge house and a huge, fully remodeled, 300-year-old place in Woodstock, Vermont. And they were moving out. He was finally done being rich, and he wanted to, or being old and rich, so he wanted to move into a place that more suited his oldness and wealth. And his nurse became his wife, and I'm pretty sure he just lived happily. He had a lot of kids. They had a huge estate. He hung out with Salvador Dali. He just did all this stuff. He showed us he was a fighter pilot, actually, a jet pilot. One of the best tiki drinks, by the way. The chairs behind you, these are Milo Boffman, but who's the maker? Because that's the important part. Thayer Coggin. And we got a sofa that we kept too, a big white sectional Thayer Coggin sofa. What else do we get? Got a Macintosh 1700 for like $100. A bunch of Raya rugs, floor lamps. Anyway, back to a table that weighs 200 pounds and it's made out of bronze. Big glass slab on top. My Tech 12s are still on there in the middle of our living room, where anytime I want to go play a record, I just go lay them down. Tech 12s are turntables. Jack knows that. Everyone else probably knows that too. Okay. Anyone else here familiar with the MCM pinup girl calendar artist Earl McPherson? I'm trying to collect a finder's fee for my neighbor. I will look. Not off the top of my head, but that means nothing. I do know pinup people. Earl McPherson? M-A-C. Can you please spell right? Where's AI to do all my typing for me? McPherson. Pinups and memoirs. Earl McPherson artwork for sale on... hard to say. I don't recognize the style right off the top, but then again, it looks like, most of the styles look similar. So just to say, I don't know off the top of my head, but I would most definitely, without seeing the items, feel free to contact me if you can figure out how to get a hold of me. How do people get a hold of me? Instagram, Primo Kimo, right? If you're interested, I know people in this place. So if you're interested, I could talk to you about it. Or in this field, I have a lot of friends who are both pinups and just in the subculture, rockabilly pinup subculture artists and so forth. So I probably could help you more if I synced it. Let's go down. Okay. I just jumped ahead and I missed everything. Auction house all the way. Okay, I'm just going to read things completely out of order. Pinup art will always be in favor. Okay, I'm close to that. Okay, good. Keep looking out. I want to say, I am buying souls now. So James is buying people's souls. Great high sell-through rates, but it's usually the same guy I sell to. And you have to sell in bulk, right? And he's wholesale, so you always got to go down on the prices. He keeps his house very, very hot for some weird reason. That's hilarious. Thank you, James. I'm going to give you...
It is I, James.
A hilarity grouping of sounds. Let's see. I am avoiding a couple of landmines in here in the chat. Stand can, gallon gas can, vintage rare size. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds good. A stand can, gallon can, gas can, vintage rare size. Oops. Well, why'd you say oops? See, I have no idea what that means.
Maybe they were trying to fill out an eBay title. Typed in the wrong spot.
Let's see. Biff Boffo McPherson's work. Good Karma Antique says McPherson's work is fairly famous. A dude I met, good friends with him, and he wants to sell. I'm trying to find a customer for him. Yeah, no, definitely. That's quality. That's pinup stuff that can sell. I don't know the name off the top of my head, mostly because I'm kind of dumb and I don't remember everything. But I recognize things much more quickly than I recognize names, than I have recall on the names. So just looking at them, yeah, of course they're gonna definitely have value. And they're original pastels. Okay, they're pastels. Okay, they're not even. Yeah, that's way better. I mean, I'm looking at something on art, but you can't trust this because I'm not logged into it. Invaluable.com is a place. But if those are originals, you're talking about a whole different world of money and things. Yeah. Oh, Biff is saying, okay, so now everyone's going to answer all the questions that I'm trying to answer. I really don't need to do anything. Biff is saying $20,000. I didn't realize they were originals. And absolutely. So yeah, it's a whole different world. But, and that's what somebody is saying, auction house all the way on. Now see how I'm connecting things? I'm taking the pieces and it's like a puzzle. And I put it all together into one blob. That Biff Boffo pretty much answers the questions for me. Patricia, Biff Boffo, you guys, you're just answering. Jack, you guys just answer. So yes. Yeah. Take them to an auction house without a doubt. And good karma. I mean, I would take them to an auction house, a good one, and then see how they salivate, how they react to, if they're like, oh, those are okay. I don't really like those. Can I please see those? Give me those now. And they try to grab them away from you. Then you can bonk them over the head with Bridget's frying pan. But yeah, I guarantee these are going to go for thousands of dollars each. Here I go guaranteeing again. I guarantee it. Or sue me. Devin was hired. Okay, Devin was hired in 2015 to 2020, so he's coming up as many as Devins. Okay, so this is a question about CEO. So he is coming up. So 5 years. I mean, if you're gonna invest in a CEO, you've got to do it for that period of time. So maybe 5 years is it. But if he's a good CEO, he stays on past 5 years, right? So that's what we'll decide if they really think he was a good CEO, if he's out after 5 years. But you can't even rock a boat. So even if he sucks, which he probably, I just don't know what the outcome will be as far as the shareholders, and that's who his responsibility is to make a business that feeds the shareholder. So if he can do that and they see that he's doing that, then he can stay on longer. That's his job. James has been naughty and needs to be spanked.
What's going on, fellow humans and resellers?
So if people could please spank his bum. Something happened. Major Win is back, but the TV stopped going. I don't know. I'll bet you I got a call. I'll bet you somebody's calling me. How dare you? Hold on. I have to turn on my I can't get to it. Do not disturb. Sorry. What? I'm showing? I'm showing now. Does that mean that my pregnancy is showing? It's been showing for years.
Yeah, you're just showing your screen, but that should be fine.
There's nothing weird on my screen. That's the first thing you check for before you go live. Do I have anything weird on me or my screen? Okay, I'm back. My good friend was calling me, but I forgot to put it in Do Not Disturb, so my fault. Oh, boy. Spam is done with my tomfoolery. She has a very high threshold for tomfoolery and shenanigans, which is great, which is good for me. J-Ride in the house. J-Ride Griffs, of course. My new Bolo pro tip saved me all toilet paper and paper towel rolls for a crafting lot. With the current economic times, pair them with googly eye stickers and pipe cleaner appendages, DIY action figures. Yeah, I mean, I think that's... They're actually... I happen to know for a fact that some people do that because teachers need stuff for their art classes, and people literally do sell toilet paper tubes and stuff for those kind of projects. So that wasn't even that. You actually said something really smart, J Ride Crafts. I think you're actually accurate. J Ride Crafts new channel coming soon, by the way. Now that's funny. Hilarious. Yeah, who are you, J Ride Crafts? Wouldn't that be awesome
I
if
just subscribe to them even though they don't put out content.
if J Ride Griffs is J Ride? That would be, he would all of a sudden rise to the top of my list of awesome people. Let's see what else we have here. Eye contact. Oh, so this is how you test your massagers. You put one of the massager balls in your eye socket just to see if it works. And appropriately, Patricia put a barfing face before that comment was even made, so she's right on top of it. Yep, bought a huge promo 45 lot from an old radio station once, about 5,000 pieces. Yeah. Well, I've bought them from radio stations before, and they're not in good condition. These are from the DJ himself, and I would say 80% of them are near mint. And then 15% of them are like excellent, almost perfect. And then whatever's left. Shall we do the 5? So 5% were like very good plus. And I'm guessing that was because because they were all in job lots, sort of by genre. So he would take 2 of these little 100 batches to like a DJ gig at a wedding or something. So he'd know what type of music they wanted, and he would bring like that type of music to 2 little bindles. So like 200 records. I don't know. I never met the guy, so I don't really know what he did. But judging by the way they were all arranged, for instance, like this one, you can sort of see. These were all late 60s. Like, see, The Happenings, Go Away, Little Girl. I mean, these are pretty much all hits. I mean, Hello Sunshine. But look at the Smiths. That was always interesting. I was like, who are these Smiths people? They're not good, by the way. I listened to them. Castaways, Liar Liar. I think that one, Castaways, that might have been like a $70 record. So anyway, that's 45 records are like one of our favorite. They rival comic books for slow, long tail sale type stuff that people want for a long time. And by the way, I'm sorry, everybody, if I don't read your comment. I just can't. It's impossible. I try. I do see up here, Good Karma Antiques would love to collect a 15% finder's fee on 14 grand. Yeah, depending on your items. I mean, you could each original could be worth 14 grand. I mean, it's possible. I'm not saying that. Don't want to get you too excited, but it is possible. And especially if you take them to an auction house, they're going to give you, obviously, they're going to give you a goal price. But I believe, I want to say that you would not, I don't know if you get 15%. I don't know who's giving you, who's giving you the money. So if the guy's giving you the money and you're doing all the work, I would want more than 15%. If I consign on eBay, I get 50%. I wouldn't say that in this case because that's a lot of money. So, I would probably try to get 25%, maybe, because if I was dealing with the auction house, if I was dealing on selling with all this stuff, I would try to get 25%. If you're just going to hand it over, Josh Galt had, a very similar situation. And I believe that was a much smaller, like 3 to 5% finder's fee. If you're just handing it over, it's still a great amount of money when you don't have to do anything, barely. Okay, going down past the J-Ride Griff comments about massagers, past the interesting but not awesome conversation about climate. Major win is, wait, is this a second one?
Yes.
You. Major wins. You're too good to us. Thank you so much. What's that? Oh, heart it. Sorry. Den Decor Depot just sold a Millennium Barbie to India. How awesome is that? You're welcome, India. Now they have a doll to play with over there. That's awesome. Outdoor World says, my plan is to grow up my eBay store, but I'm doing so many things at the same time that if I manage to do it, it will be a major win. Major win. Yeah. Yes. I'm actually, you're looking at a person who's pretty excited about this next year in the reselling realm. We're going to be cross-listing. We're already doing that. We're going to be doing some more eBay stuff, doing more, content that is pre-recorded as opposed to live. YouTube stuff that's pre-recorded as opposed to live. If you did not know how to do YouTube, what you're supposed to do is start with shorts and short recorded videos, and then go to lives once you're comfortable with YouTube. And like everything, I start everything backwards. And the bad thing about doing lives is that they're no good after a week or two. They're just sort of like lose their liveness. So, but if you do a video, those last for years. That's why I'm dumb. Wait, I have to read this one. Den Decor Depot. J Ride, she had a pair of Jenkos with a wide tail out back. Yeah, we're just gonna let that one sit right there for a second. I have no idea what that means. And where's Andy Someta's here? I don't see it yet, but welcome. Full-time flippers also welcome. I like to say hello to everybody for the first time and give them the horn. Then sort of the next times I see you, I kind of group you in batches. But everyone I like to say hi to for the first time. And if I did say hi to you for the first time already, oops. Full-time Flippers Podcast. Aloha. Welcome. Let's see. Benny Stratton is saying, gosh, she's so much words. And I mean that in a good way because there's information in there, but it's hard to. Okay. In June 2023, Fred Anderson and Thomas Tierney resigned from the board of directors of the company. Both had been directors since 2003. In 2020. Why did they leave? Were they too old? Because a lot of people leave boards when they get old. I mean, a lot of people are old when they're on the boards. So then they just get too old. So I don't know how old they were. Maybe they were too old. In September 2020, Pierre Omadar resigned. See, I don't even look at this stuff until you tell me, of the board of directors after resigning as chairman in 2015. So is that why everything was cool up until 2020? And then that's when they started to implement the dreaded changes that came to full fruition in early 2023. I'm guessing that's exactly what happened. And it was the Walmart exec who came, Jamie, and Fred, Thomas, and Pierre were not there to check him. That's what I'm guessing. Outdoor Worlds wants Pokey for president of eBay. He would give all the sales to us, though. He's a little he doesn't really, he's very partial to us. He's not impartial. He's super partial. Look at that little thing. Look how partial he is. You want to come bring him up to there so put his nose in the camera? Look how partial he is. He's a little partial parcel.
So
Look how partial parcel he is. Hi, babe. You my best friend? Love you, babe. I'm telling you, this is how we are here, though. He is a tender hooligan. He's a sweet and tender hooligan. Jamie is packing his golden parachute right now. That would be sweet. That's our Q4 over under. Is our over under just is Jamie staying? Or is Jamie on? Does Jamie have one foot out the door right now? This is the question. I just don't feel like I have a clue about that because I think he's if he can keep those numbers up for the shareholders, that's all he has to answer to. He doesn't have to answer. He doesn't answer to us. So it doesn't matter how I personally feel. It's just like I'm trying to judge, is he doing the shareholders justice? And I don't know. I thought Milo was a brass guy. Yeah, he did brass. And so, yes, I don't have this pinned down. This is probably better than Milo Boffman because it's bronze. I mean, it's pure bronze. I'm telling you, Biff, it's 3/4 inch thick bronze, but it's in that Milo Boffman kind of arrangement where, so it, let me see if I'll draw it really quick. So it, like, the frame, so I'd love to be able to identify it. I did see one that was made out of not bronze, but a white colored metal, that some sort of alloy. Maybe it was aluminum. I don't even know. But I saw it online and it didn't have the maker on it. So it goes like, why do I put the pen that doesn't work back in the drawer? That's why I keep saying it sucks. Okay, so it goes like this. Oh, now I broke this pencil. Dun, dun. Hold on. I need proper music. Where is it? I've messed up my thing, so I can't even find anything if I want it. I do want it really bad, so now I'm not going to give up. I'm going total dead air till I come up with this. There it is. There we go. Oh, I drew that wrong. This is hard to draw. I didn't realize how hard this would be. Okay, I got it. Okay, everybody. Patricia, Biff, anybody else, Amy, anybody else in the mid-century. So the frame looks like that right here. And then the glass sits on the top. Like, you know, this is not drawn to size. It's not accurate. Didn't have time to paint it. It's a really thick bar, about 4 inches thick, 3/4 inches wide, and it makes that shape. And then the glass sits in this one over here. The glass sits in the top, and it kind of just sits in like a little track. And the glass goes all the way out to the edges there. Don't know if you know what that one is, but I associate that shape with Milo Boffman, but still have never found. It's a really, really high end thing, probably not made even in the numbers that Thayer Coggin or Milo Boffman made them in. It's probably like, you know, there's those high end shops that Michael Jackson shopped at that the stuff did look kind of like just too over the top, but it cost 20 grand. This is like one of those tables. What happened? Is there words at the bottom? Tenderoni. Oh, you put a little steak there, and I like it. Hold on, I can't see.
A table for ants?
Yeah, it's you. Hush you. I don't even know who that was, but you better hush. See, Andy so meta.
How dare you?
So so if you could tell me what that is, I'd appreciate it. The impossible objects of Escher. Yes, the first one I totally drew it. It connected to itself, and it would never work. Wait. What is Benny Stratton's paragraphs? Read me, see more. Wait, what? Is that you, Benny, or did somebody else start a new channel for Benny Stratton's paragraphs? He writes in full paragraphs. I mean, if you want information, the guy has information. I have a hard time. I can't do it live because it's so in depth. I mean, it's in full paragraphs. Okay, had to let the dog out of the bag. But thank you very much, Benny. I really appreciate when you take time to leave comments. I do read them, especially when they're on after the program, where I'm not limited on time to read them all. going back up here a little bit, seeing Patricia make the comment on that the old guard may have been leaving because they did not like what the future was, was obviously coming. And, and the writing's on the wall. I heard that comment. I said earlier that we're in late stage capitalism right now, which shouldn't be a very controversial statement. It's just that capitalism it's the exact same thing that's happening with the enshittification. It's the arc. It's that eventually you're going to get to a point where you just have to take all the money from people to grow, because capitalism requires growth. And if you're not growing, you ain't. I mean, I've heard that from Tekken Sports, I think, said that. I've heard it. I've heard that saying from a lot of people. If you're not growing, you're not a business, or if you're not growing, you're dying. I don't know I forget what the actual saying is, but I've heard various forms of that statement from people. And that's not true at all. I mean, I don't find that to be true at all. We had a restaurant, we employed 29 people, 32 people, something like that. A lot of people. We employed people. That's not what I want to do. I'm creating a business for she and I. I'm not trying to grow it bigger every year. I'm trying to pay our fees, pay our tiny. He needs his teeth cleaned. I need a gold tooth. He needs his teeth. I'm not getting a gold tooth. I'm getting a regular white tooth. But he could have a gold tooth. But we don't, there is no desire to grow our business at my age, at 54 years old. I'm doing a 10-year slope downwards, not upwards. Although it most definitely will grow. There will be an arc to it, but it's not, I'm not looking to rent out. I've already rented out warehouses and done all the stuff where all your money goes out to other people. For instance, the restaurant, you pay your rent for the restaurant, and then you get literally clobbered by every salesman for every aspect of restauranting. From where do you order your notepad for taking orders? Where do you order your aprons? Where do you order your carpets for the ground? Who brings your food? You got several food providers. But making money at a restaurant, that's why you don't make any money, because if you actually go for all the things that make your life easier, you end up with no money. What's my point? My point is that we're making a job for just ourselves with no frills. We paid off most of our bills so we can survive through the bad times. But if we did need to make more money and we had to make more money, we would make a category on our store called J Ride's Picks. Am I right? Can't hear you. There's too much applause going on for my brilliant idea. What did you say? J Ride Top Picks, because he actually has he has a channel. So I want everybody to do that, because I thought wouldn't that be great if we all had a category on our store called J Ride's Top Picks, and it was just cameras and massagers and Ray-Bans that are questionable authentication, and remotes. And we got to get J-Ride on here, don't we? He's got to get on here. We got to talk. We've got to talk, he and I. We got to get in the inflatable pudding ring and just throw down. Am I right? I actually very much, please don't think that I don't like him. I really do. I do think he's a youngster. He did come out, sort of throwing shade to us old timers and saying that we don't ever, switch insurance companies because we're so used to, we just like the look of State Farm. We don't like cheaper rates. We just like to stick to things.
Oh, no. Patricia says
no. No, we can't have him on? Okay, we're not going to have him on then. Patricia gets to make that call.
I think that's what she's saying no to.
Okay, that I'm sure. We can have J Ride Griffs on, though. He said we can partner on that. So so J Ride Griffs will be on someday. Really interesting thing is we still want to do a we still want it. So with the show with Hayfros, and he's enjoying it. Major wins. You are too much. Thank you so much. Yeah, it is for me too, Biff Boffo. That's why I'm really interested. So what I'm making out, and this isn't it's not a capping session. I'm just saying that if there is a reason why we have a hard time to categorize, because I think what he's doing is building up a social media network. He's using eBay as the niche. He's not really, maybe he doesn't care too much about eBay necessarily. He's using it as a business, as a means to an end. Maybe, so that way what you're noticing is him, building up these businesses because that's what he wants to do. Maybe a little more along the line of daily refinement, sort of like that. But no, I do still think of him as a coworker. So I'm not, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna stop talking about it because it's not getting me anywhere. But it does get me to J. Rye Griffiths, who, as I was saying, with the Hayfro show on Wednesdays, wouldn't it be cool to bring people on? Perhaps if you wanted to come on, if any of you wanted to come on, Biff Boffo, Paul Rose, Patricia, Amy Nesbitt Experience, anybody, J. Rye Griffiths. If you wanted to come on, we would love to have you on. So maybe hit me up about that. I know probably a lot of you would be awesome as far as the information you have, but you're not necessarily interested in being on YouTube. And that's why you like to write. But if you do want to come on, let me know.
And even if they want to maybe just do their voice.
Even if you wanted to come on, yeah, we could do that. Even if you just wanted to be voice only, that is also, we could do that. Especially when we're on with Hayfros and Spam, so that there's just more conversation happening, and I don't have to do it because you see what happens when I'm by myself. It's just a big mess. I can't keep up. I get distracted. Major win. We all need a tiki bar right now. Sent the super chat so we can buy around for the crew fund, which is true. We do have to do that. What time is it? It's 1:30, 2:30. Restaurants are crushed by labor. Labor, yes, we overpaid. In 2005, we were paying our chef, who was a good chef, from the French Laundry. We told you about that, and Zoe in New York City. He got $7.75 a week. I just want to tell you, I owned that restaurant for a year. I never made more than $200 a week, and that was for most of the 12 months that we ran that thing. I think I made $200 a week for like 2 months. Otherwise, I made nothing. We made nothing. But we did stuff. We had parties, and we had a lot of fun. It was fun. Had good food. Ate a lot of food. That's true. But $7.75 a week this guy was making. And I was like, that's so much money. He was a super top-notch chef. As I mentioned before, a bit of a crackhead. You're waiting for that, weren't you?
No.
I don't know what he was on. I'm just saying he was a bit of a mess. But a lot of people in that kitchen, the restaurants are a big mess. Let's just leave it at that. I think Biff Boffo knows that. Wait, is Miss Lachey here in the room? Alyssa's just going to start a drinking game after she hears this podcast. Yes. So Miss Lachey. So I'm going to track you down, J. Rye Griffiths. Who are you? We're going to figure out who you are. But yes, she said that I should get in contact with J. Ride, and every time I mention him, in our chat, that I should get a little kickback. I agree with that for sure. Biff says, I don't know what FNG means. What's FNG stand for? I can only think of really rude things that stands for. So let's see. I'm looking it up on the internet. Did everybody notice that what's cool about AI is Google is turning into Ask Jeeves again? I know I mentioned that a few months ago, but
Effing new guy.
okay, FNG. Yes, I haven't been in the military, but I recognize that as a military term. That's why. He might be the new guy. Come out from under your rock. It's scary out there, Paul Rose says. I'm too critical to have my own channel, 6x6 says. Weren't you start? I thought you were starting one, weren't you? I'm critical too, but you just have to be, you just have to be nice. I mean, being nice is what it's all about, I think. If you can be nice, then people, even if you mess up, people will, give you a shot at forgiveness. Please forgive me. Please.
How dare you?
Let's see. Biff Boffo's not quite ready to. I assume that because you guys write just fine. Why do we? Why do you need to expose yourself any further? Nobody wants to hear from me. Patricia says, stuffy academic term reseller. Yes, we would. We would love to hear from all of you, but certainly not out of your comfort zones. Biff is saying that he probably wasn't a crackhead, just a stoner, for sure. Yeah, there was a lot of brownies going on in that place. I'll tell you that. Major wins. We want to hear from you all, including stuffy academics. I agree. I totally agree. Again, just not. I don't want anybody to be out of their comfort zone. Although it's good to be out of your comfort zone. I'm just saying this isn't worth it. It's not worth coming on YouTube and having somebody say something rude and then ruining your day. So I don't necessarily say step out of your comfort zone to come on YouTube, but in general, stepping out of your comfort zone is a good thing. Jay Ride's Griff's minds were blown when the world learned Beaker from the Muppets was #1 men's clothing reseller on eBay. You are cracking me up now. Patricia does offer a answering service for all information. Patricia, I love to go on tangents. So one of the jobs I worked for, I was still in college in Los Altos Hills, California. Before I went off to Santa Barbara, I worked for a company called Information Express. And this was before the internet. This is probably 1989-ish. And we had Macintosh computers, Cube Macs, pretty much. I worked on a Lisa sometimes. And it was in Palo Alto, and people would order Information Express. But there's no way, where's the information? It's at the libraries at Stanford University. There's a dozen like super world-class libraries there on different, on economics, on medical, whatever. So you would then take this order and they would pay $60. They would ask you a question or place an order for some info. You would go to the libraries, copy or microfiche or whatever you had to do to get that info, and then you would send the info back to them. And I remember each piece of information was like $60 to $100. Just you ask one thing. So if you asked multiple things, you'd have to chart. You'd have to.
J.Y. Griff has to be Tommy Bernard.
Tommy Bernard. He is funny, and he does get around. So, Hustle and Grow's here. Aloha, Hustle and Grow. I knew the first time I heard Jay Ride say the reason he joined Daily Refinement, that he wasn't necessarily in this for reselling. I think his business plan has always been content. Yes, I agree. And like I said at the beginning of the show, go check out Social Blade if you ever want to check up on any of your content creators. You can, it's pretty easy to tell when people buy views and subscribers. If you have a curious mind, go check it out. Just punch in. I don't know who else. Like punch in me. Punch in anybody you can think of into Social Blade, and you will see things. Make sure you check back also. They only show you the past 2 weeks, like right up front where you see the numbers. There's a couple of little graphs towards the top that are in red, and those show you like the past year, and you can see how people rise and fall. So it's easy to tell if somebody purchases stuff because you'll get these huge spikes. Sometimes you get these huge spikes and then you see below 0 views. That really means that YouTube caught them and took away. Amy would love to be on the show. Amy is going to be on the show. And so is Josh Galt. But he didn't say he would be on the show. I'm going to try to get him sometime. That I can promise you. Let him get into his new business a little bit, and maybe we'll just I would love to just know what Josh is up to. I don't need to know any reselling stuff, but I most definitely would love to know what he's up to and hope that he's doing great and not sitting in a can you please for 1 second, everybody, just he's sitting at the Tim Hortons. It's 4:00 in the morning. The cop pulls up next to him because he's obviously doing something weird, and he wasn't. He was just bumming. So anyway, it's a story that does it bring a tear to my eye? Almost. So I hope that man has a good this year, right? That man. Yes? You agree? Okay. 3 horns to the Galt Master. Oh.
Try to guess what Josh is up to, everyone says.
Yeah, what's he up to? I want him to be at the chocolate factory making chocolate. I want to go to the chocolate factory and do the fuzzy. I always want to do the fuzzy bubbles and fly. That was my thing. And then I can deal with the fan up above. I won't get chopped up. Don't worry. Major win. We think J. Ride Griffiths is one of our usual friends under an alias. Haha. Who's missing? We have not seen. Well, Hey Froze is not in here. Interesting. Inconspicuously conspicuous. What's that called?
His show came on.
But it wasn't live. Maybe he's over there doing a show. Yeah, he could be. Who else isn't here? Maria's not here. Well, she was with Hey Froze. Who else isn't here? Tommy Bernard. But ever since he admitting to cleaning his poo shoes with his tongue, he hasn't been here. I think he took offense to me saying that shoes have poo on them. But he said he licked them. I didn't say that. He said that. So yeah, maybe he's coming back in here, J Ride. Who else could it be? What if it's J Ride? That would be awesome. You'd all.
Wait, who's Kevin? It's Kevin.
Who's Kevin? Oh my God! You think it is? You think it's Stoic Reseller? Yes, he's not here either.
Ah!
Stoic, are you here? Yeah, we're working on a list. We're working on a list.
Oh my God.
Oh wait, did we get it? A whole bunch of little things just happened.
It's Kevin.
Kevin, you did it.
Wow.
You outdid yourself.
He has a great sense of humor.
He is that guy's and he's one of the few other people doing no. I don't think Tommy can get offended either, for sure. But he hasn't been here, so we may have just annoyed him with all of our doom and gloomery. Although I don't really necessarily think that. Wait, Andy Someta says Galt and this is just coffee, by the way. There's no liquor in here. Galt and Octo quit at the same time and have never been seen in the same room. Coincidence? Oh, and Benny thinks it's John. Flippin' ain't easy, John. Well, these are some good names. We don't know.
I don't think John would do that.
I don't think John. Yeah, John. John's one of those people. I know he can be really silly. We've seen him be really silly.
And he was in the chat when we were live with John. Remember J. Ride Griffiths was in the chat.
That's right. It can't be John because J. Ride Griffiths was in John's flipping a easy chat last Friday when we were on there. Did you guys know? Did anybody miss that?
The Friday before that.
Friday before that? 2 weeks ago Friday. Tommy is swimming in his shoes. Exactly. Scrooge McDuck style. Just kicking up gold coins everywhere he goes. He doesn't have problems. Outdoor World says, like, okay. I say we all listen on the call, on the live together, and throw back a shot for keywords like magical and headwinds. If I can figure out how to last time I tried to actually do, could be James. James is tricky enough and sophisticated enough to have two computers going at the same time, so he could trick us. Wait, obviously it's eBay Live. I don't think it's Carl from eBay Live. It does sort of sound like James. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Let's do a little more. Okay, I have to do just a little touch of research here.
Oh, or Darth Rifter. Darth Rifter.
Dark Thrifter.
Wait, do a poll.
Okay.
Do you think it's Darth Rifter?
How do you do a poll? I forget. How do you do it? Right here? Plus. Start a poll.
Okay, is J.R. Griff's Darth Rifter?
Oh, no, I have to add an option.
Oh, it has to be yes or no.
Yes, but I think I can ask a different question. Okay, get rid of that one. Try this one. Start a Q&A. What's that mean? I don't know. I guess we'll just do one. We'll say one. Okay, we'll just do a couple. Okay, say, is J Ride Griff's? Who's the first one we think it is?
Tommy Bernard. No.
James?
James.
I'm going for James first.
Yeah.
Oops.
Darth Rifter.
I just did this wrong. Oh, wait. No, you can change yes or no.
Oh.
Okay. That's how you do it. Who is J Ride Griff's?
Kevin.
James.
Darth Rifter.
Kevin Stoic. James. My boring. Add an option. Who else?
Kevin.
Dark.
James, Darth Rifter.
Darth Thrifter.
Bernard,
Hey Fros.
Tommy Bernard or J-Ride.
Okay. It won't let me do any more. I can only do 4.
Uh,
Dang. Or Hey Fro. Okay, so this is what we're doing. There it is. So we'll see if anybody come out and play. When all the missing people see this later, they're gonna love it. Yeah, I wonder. Not enough poop jokes for James. Okay, that's
yeah.
interesting. There was no fecal references.
Wait, can you add Tommy Bernard? Can you do another one? Could it be Tommy Bernard? It's probably not, but
Oh, we're up to 46% on James. Oh, it's jumping around.
who?
I can't see it. Oh, there it is. So right now, James is at 41. Oh, it's coming and going. Are you guys looking at the answers and then choosing what you're not supposed to
But
look at the
Darth
answers first?
Rifter has a really good sense of humor.
He
too.
does. Well, all these people are perfectly capable of doing this. That's what I'm thinking.
Hey Fro, I don't know if is Hey Fro that silly? He's silly, but is he that silly?
I think Hey Fro can be silly. Yeah. I mean, who knows?
J. Ray Griff shouldn't be allowed to vote.
Don't vote, J Ride Griffs. Yes, and I think I really think that's it's important to know this, and for this reason alone, as Hustle and Grow was just pointing out. Wow, that's so far up there. That I'm pretty sure J Ride. At the beginning, I'm pretty sure I don't think he's ever really said he wasn't doing this for content, eBay. It just happens to be the thing he's doing to make the content, but content is what he's after. He's primarily a content creator, not a eBayer. But, you know, I guess we both could say we're, you know, depends on who pays us more at any given time.
Look at your thing, end the poll, and then do another poll. Does anyone think it could be Tommy?
Okay, that's it. I'm going to end it. Wait, no, I'll give you one more minute. Anybody else want to jump in there? Just give one more minute because it looks like it's all settled down and people have voted. But I'll give you one more minute just so we don't exclude anybody from that. But yes, I think that, that Jay Ride is a content creator. And that's why it's important to remember that while viewing, you know, his helpful content. I think his content can be helpful. But okay. Okay, I'm going to close the poll right now. Bye. It's closed. And 34% say James, 26% Darth, 26% Afro, and 13% Stoic. Okay, so if we were going to do this in the proper, if you do this in the proper, what do you call that? Where you match them up. Then I'll do one more and do the poll that says, James, my boring, or Tommy Bernard.
Yeah.
Is J Ride Griff's? And then, of course, it could always just be somebody else that we don't even know. Is J, but this is somebody who knows us. So, is J Ride Griff's? Okay. Okay, this is the last one, and then we'll have solved the issue by the end of this poll. If you had a nickel for every time I said J-Ride, 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 J-Ride. Seriously. It's true. I want a nickel.
Oh, wait. I just have some valuable information.
What happened?
During our show with
Wait,
John,
come. I don't know if people can hear you.
For this next poll, during our show with John, Tommy Bernard was not in the live chat,
But J.
J.
Ride
Ride
Griff's
Griff's
was. Oh, how does that affect the poll? Ooh.
64% so far.
Oh my gosh, people are, it's changing. It's growing. The poll, it has life. It's moving. Ooh. This is surprising, isn't it? Okay, well.
69%.
It's going up.
It's going.
Okay, I guess we have what we think we know. We think we know what's going on here. Tommy Bernard, Cardcast, J. Ride Griff's.
Our detective work.
We have. I think we know exactly what's going on here. I'm ending the poll. It is now permanently part of the internet with 20 votes. You can't just make up 20 votes. These have to be real. And clearly by a margin of, how does a margin work? 3/4? How does margarine work? 3/4 to 1/4? Right. By a margin of 3 to 1. Or is it 4 to 1? It's 4 to 1. It's really your items, guys. Well, of course it is. I'm not selling gold bars for $1.
Guys, that sounds like James.
So is that it? Okay. So now it's James. So we're all wrong. We don't know anything. That's what we've proven here. Let's take another poll. Do we know anything? Yes or no? Oh, 99% of people say we know nothing. J-Ride, do you like Frank Zappa? Oh, this is how we tell. J-Ride, do you like
Chocolate cake?
Do you like chocolate cake and Dolce & Gabbana hats, or do you like sneakers? It was Dolce & Gabbana, right?
No, Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton, sorry. Retract. Yeah, we'd like to know. Penny Stratton says I found all the votes in the garbage. I guess so. Yes, these votes mean nothing. Patricia just had to thank my $9 sale. What did you miss? You missed that J Ride Griff's is Tommy Bernard. So we all think in this one.
Okay, so now do Tommy Bernard or Josh Galt.
What if it's Josh Galt?
Now do Tommy
Oh,
Bernard or
God.
Josh Galt.
What if, okay, one more. That's it. No more after this. That's right. It could be Josh Galt. It's J Ride. But he won't tell us because he can't. That would be awesome. That would be a coup d'etat, a coup de grace. Is it Tommy Am I spelling his name right? I might not be. Sorry, Tommy. Tommy Bernard. I think there's an H in there. Bernard. This is not how you spell his name.
It's James.
It is James?
He said, I like dog stickers. And, oh, wait, no. He's pretending to like.
Yeah, he's trying to throw us off the scent. This is not Tommy St. Bernard. That's what Patricia said. Mixing both everybody up. It would be so awesome. I wish it was like Discord where you could just block the main account and any IP connected to it would be yeeted as well. Yeah, it is hard when you can't. We had a couple of troublemakers in here, and what they did was their strategy was to come in, stir crap up, like I don't know, like in ours they were like pit people against each other, and then erase their comments. So then you couldn't even like. So when I was doing it, I couldn't like get on one of them to. You actually have to click on them at some point to block them. And I couldn't do that. So I actually made Josh Galt was a, that's right. We don't have any moderators anymore. He had a blue wrench. So Tommy Bernard, I didn't finish this, or Josh Galt.
I think we need to.
We don't need to do it?
I don't think so.
Okay, we're not going to do it. We're just going to leave the mystery mystifying.
Benny is saying it's probably whoever's the most outspoken against J-Ride. Who is that?
Well, you know, those of us in this, I hope those of us in this group understand. I mean, it's not the worst person in the world. K1. Kevin? K1? I don't know. Ladybug, was there a K1 above? And I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
I know what K2 is. It's a mountain. K1. I'm not hip. We're not hip. It's K1 Speed. It's an indoor kart racing in Willamette, Oregon.
Oh, Outdoors is saying have Major and Patricia as moderators. Yeah, we should.
If they would be willing to accept that, I'm totally down. I mean, I know Major works, so he has to come and go, so he might not always be there. But Patricia is more than welcome to the Blue Wrench if she wants to. I kind of felt like sometimes it's actually a bit of a burden. Like, I don't know.
I don't do squats.
She doesn't have one. Oh, you do have one.
I do have one, but there's nothing that happens on our thing that makes me need to do anything. I approved James's comment.
You approved his poop comment?
No, about
K1 is everywhere.
Oh.
That's James's secret code on his channel, K1. Another shout out to Savage Steve Holland. Thank you. You guys have no idea what you're talking about. We have a friend.
Oh, you're frozen again.
I see me.
Maybe not.
We have a friend. Yeah, spam is a mod, but she, I guess she does a good job because we don't have any problems. She doesn't do anything. We haven't had any problems. I guess that's the issue. So we have a friend. We will call him Steve because his name is Steve. And he is like, has all the pop culture in his head, but like from the 60s, 50s, he's got it all. he, like some of you here, you say things, and I know I should know it, and I just don't know it. The ADHD only allows a certain amount of info in the brain. So, for instance, if I want to remember how to open this book, some stuff has to fall out the other end. I just have limited data storage. Aloha, Craven Cards. Oh, message retracted. Well, I will then hang up. I think it was something about James. I saw it. It said, I think they thought it was James. Maybe? Is that what you said, Craven Cards? Well, welcome anyway, regardless. Irregardless. By the way, people, there's no irregardless. It's just regardless. By the way, there's no de-thaw. It's thaw. By the way, what else annoys you? Those two.
Talking with your mouth full.
And yet, you do it all the time. That is like your MO.
Anyone other than
It doesn't matter because it's all about what you want. And Pokey loves to eat underneath where she's eating because things just fall out because she eats with her mouth open. Stop eating with your mouth open. No, stop talking with your mouth open. That's the saying, right? For me. You could have hired Josh, but too late. He was scooped up by his new employer. I know. Oh, Josh. You know what was really cool about Josh is that you could count on him at 1 o'clock every single day to be there. And we did. We just liked having him there. And I'm sure, I don't think we gave him a super chat. Do we ever give Josh a super chat? I can't remember. Oh, he didn't take money. Right. Unlike us. We take all the various forms. You know what we should do? Are we ready to be let me take one more second. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. And thank you to all you new subscribers. We gained like 44 subscribers over the weekend. We felt pretty good about that. Maybe even more. I can't remember because the past week has kind of been blending together because we've been busy.
Yeah, people came to us from John's show.
Oh, people came to us from John's, right? And then, I don't know, this weekend, our last show with Hey Froze was pretty good. Anyway, point being, please like and subscribe, and please accept a grateful thank you for following us. And also, welcome to the channel if you are new. See how great I am? And we have shot our first video, which takes you to our storage. You can see our stupid storage. You can see we showed you one little picture a little while ago of our big in-house horde frack pile next to Nagel Michelle. So the video will be sort of like at that angle. That's sort of like a stage we built for the thing. So anyway, sometime this week we'll have out that video. Our first video.
Primo, it's simple. You need more RAM.
I need more RAM for my brain pan. I need more RAM for my brain pan. No, I think that's RAM. Yeah, you're right. No, well, RAM is. I need more just hard drive space. My RAM is pretty. I can hold data in my brain temporarily. That's the RAM. The ROM is like the pre-programming, like the data that's just like always there that you don't erase. And then the hard drive holds the data, the come and go data, and like your movies. I got a lot of movies in my brain. Not the data, not so much. By the way, there is no Dana, only Zool. Thank you. Can you please write that down? We need some Ghostbusters quotes.
Wait, Craven is trolling.
Craven, what are you trolling?
No, they're retracting their comments.
Why are you just retracting them so you pretend like you said something rude and then you're retracting? like the other guys. Touche. You're touching us. Major win. Oh, Ladybug. Good point. Oh, wait. Motorcycle dork. Well, you know what? But he works. He's another one of our fallen comrades who, last video he put out, he was doing dump runs, which were making him hundreds and hundreds of dollars a day. And I'm like, well, why not just do that? rather than deal with this nonsense. You have correspondence going. New email. I don't have a new. Well, I do have email. You guys, you can. What's my thing called? info@oldschoolartifacts.com. You can always send it there. info@oldschoolartifacts.com. That's our eBay store name, Old School Artifacts. But to find it, you have to put it's Old School Artifacts with a asterisk.
Outdoors World said something about an email.
No, Patricia says, oh, what was that?
Above Patricia's comment.
Outdoors. I can't, Patricia. I'm thinking about it. My new email to eBay. Oh, I see. I gotcha. But anyway, if you ever did want to talk, because we know Amy wants to come on. Anybody else ever wants to, I'll put my email in the description. How about that?
Craving cards.
Writing. Is he going to retract that? I assume I'm.
Wait, is Craving Cards J-Ride Grips?
No, Craven Cards is actually, Craven Cards is one of our first followers, I believe. Because I remember when we first came on in October, we looked at every single person that followed us. Remember, we would look, we would go see, oh, who's following us, and I think Craven Cards was way back then.
Veronica the Boss.
Veronica the Boss, aloha, buenos dias to you as well. Outdoor World says, I have many questions for eBay. Now, with the new winter update, I want them to explain to me what that does and that waste of resources. Yeah, I mean, you know, they keep their thing going, pretending like they are making it work. eBay works. I mean, they changed some stuff last year that wasn't good for we collectible non-barcode people, but we're making adjustments and see, I just fell right. I was like, then I just remembered that what we do for a living. But we did get our tickets to Honolulu at the lake, which sold out in 4 minutes. So in June we will be there. And that's where all the sadness goes to die. Thankfully.
Oh, Patricia's saying put your email in your show notes.
Yes, I will put it down. I will put it in my show notes, and please, anybody always, you can contact me for any reason. I will tell you that I can be slow to I try not to be, but I have to think about stuff. So sometimes, like on the comments that come in after the live, it'll take me a second to respond to it because I really have to. I want to think about what I'm. So far, I'm still totally into you guys and will answer all your questions. I am not so huge. I'm not so J-Ride that I can't answer anything. Kidding. Of course, J-Ride, please. Glad you managed to get them 4 minutes sold out. Yes, it was literally 4 minutes because, I mean, I'm part of the fraternity that puts it on, which is called FOM, Fraternal Order of Moai, which is not a men's only fraternity. It is a people only fraternity. No animals except for goats are allowed. And you get a fez. I can show you a fez someday. I'll show you a fez. On Friday show. That's for Tiki. Although you could sell this fez online for a lot of money, I'll bet you. I don't think one's ever shown up on eBay because they're not supposed to, according to our bylaws. But who's going to be there? Messer Chups. We're not talking about it anymore because nobody knows who Messer Chups is. They're a rockabilly. Oh, we can go now, you're saying? Yes, that's how we use it now. Okay, you guys, I will now bid you a fond adieu and thank you all so much for joining us. We will be here on Wednesday. No, I'll post something tomorrow. We will figure out, I think somebody said in here, maybe Patricia said 2:30 is the estimated time they're going to release the information. I thought it was for last year. It was after. It depends on if they want to release it before or after the end of closing of the market. I don't know right off the top of my head. So tomorrow I will put up a post, or no, I'll put up a thumbnail saying what time. If you don't see a thumbnail, then I guess we won't do it. because somebody else better than us is doing it, because then I'll want to watch that. But if somebody great is not doing it, then we'll do it. If somebody great is not doing it, that's when we step in. Thank you. Okay, guys. Aloha. Have a great day. And we'll see you tomorrow and on Wednesday at 1 as well. Aloha. Have a great day. Hope you have great sales. Bye.